Well, it's happened again. Someone sent me a superstition, well, this one amounts to an urban legend, actually, that I'd never heard of before. You've probably all heard about the goofy children's game Bloody Mary, wherein you're supposed to stare into a mirror at night and chant Bloody Mary a bunch of times. Even the ones in the know don't seem to know how many times. I've seen everywhere between 20 and 100. And after that, nothing happens. So it's a pretty exciting game, as you can imagine. What's supposed to happen is that the blood-drenched visage of a woman is supposed to appear in the background. Supposedly she's the ghost of a woman who had killed a bunch of children, which I can actually sort of sympathize with. If I was in the spirit world and kept getting yanked around by children at sleepovers chanting my name a bunch of times, I'd want to throttle the little brats too. Be that as it may, there's a story out of Korea that is sort of in the same spirit. Boom, boom, psh. It's called Elevator to Another World, and this one involves using an elevator to reach some mysterious and otherwise unreachable place. Here's what you're supposed to do. Find a building with more than 10 stories. It has to have an elevator, obviously. During the entire set of instructions, you're supposed to stay on the elevator until otherwise instructed. The first thing you do is get on the elevator and press the button for the 10th floor. Once it reaches there, you press the button for the 4th floor. After it reaches there, then you press the button to go up to the 6th floor. Then you go back to the 10th floor. If you hear voices at this point, don't answer them. Then you press the button for the 5th floor. When you get there, if a woman gets on, you're not supposed to speak to her, which seems to me to be pretty good etiquette for elevator behavior anyhow. Then you press the button for the 1st floor. If the elevator actually goes down, you did something wrong. What's supposed to happen is it goes back up to the 10th floor. The woman may start to shriek at you at this point, but you're supposed to ignore her, even if she shrieks at you what I would in similar circumstances, which is, "Will you please stop playing with the fucking elevator buttons and let me go to my floor?" Then when the elevator gets to the 10th floor and the doors open, you're supposed to step out. And miraculously, you're in another world. After having a nice look-see into this alternate universe, to get back, you're supposed to do all of the steps in reverse order. When you press the button for the 1st floor in step 7, you're not supposed to let it go all the way up to the top. Remember, the elevator is supposed to ascend at that point. At some point, you're supposed to press the stop button, then press the 1st floor button again, and the elevator should descend. Once it reaches the 1st floor, the doors open, you get out, and you're back in the real world. What is this other world like, you might ask? Well, from the accounts that I've read, the two characteristics it seems to have most commonly is dark and empty. Which sounds a little unappealing, frankly. If I'm going to spend all that time trying to get to an alternate universe, I'd like it to be somewhere warm with a sandy beach, lots of scantily clothed people, and drinks with little umbrellas. But there's none of that, apparently, in this alternate universe. Oh, and some people have reported seeing a red cross, but there's a parenthetical note saying, "but it's not a cross." Whatever that means. This all puts me in mind of the wonderful novel by the writer Haruki Murakami called Dance, 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 wherein a guy in a Japanese hotel presses a button to go up in an elevator and finds himself in a floor that's sandwiched between two others. When he gets off, he meets this odd character called the Sheep Man. It's a fun, weird, surreal book, and I highly recommend it. Murakami has an unparalleled ability to make the surreal seem perfectly natural. I'm not sure if the Korean legend inspired Murakami's book, which would be a good thing if it were true, because then it would have actually accomplished something other than making you waste lots of time pushing elevator buttons. On the other hand, if you want to give it a try, I encourage you to do so and post your results in the comments section. Unless all that happens is that the building security tells you to stop playing with the damn elevator. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Our resources are down there, and please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.